Hello guys, today's video is going to be very informative, so please watch it till the end. You won't find this information anywhere else. No other YouTuber has explained it this much. This is based on our practical experiences which we will share today. In today's video, we will see how CarCat works, how it should be used in combination with other methods, what options are available in the market, what you should apply and what you shouldn't. We'll cover all of this in today's video. So first of all, what all things are available in the market? So many sprays, are available. Rat repellent sprays. People use fumes which are released after the rat enters. These fumes are released only when the engine heats up. People use naphthalene balls. People use peppermint oil, peppermint spray. Many people apply grease to the wiring so that rats cannot climb or enter. In some places where rat sits, people keep some sharp metal object so that they don't sit there. People put tobacco. Tobacco works 5 to 10%, but after 2 to 4 days, its effectiveness is totally gone. The effectiveness of the spray also decreases if you have been on a long drive. It evaporates due to the heat. Sometimes dust and dirt accumulate on the car. You wash it. At that time, the effectiveness decreases. So at that time, you should spray frequently. So it's not that rat repellent sprays or these things don't work. These things do work. Some things should be used in combination like a human being. We have told in the previous video that rats are just like humans. So there are no rules and regulations for them. So no one can control them 100%. But suppose there is a criminal person. He is sitting on your property. Okay, then you will go and explain to him. He will not understand. Then you will go with 2 to 4 people. You will go with the group and explain. He will still not understand it because he's a stubborn criminal. After that, you go to the police, then the law, meaning the court. Then only a few things go in your favor. So all these things happen to remove that criminal type person from there. So like a rat too, you can't call it a criminal, but his job is to disturb all this or eat. His teeth grow 4 to 5 inches, up to 5 inches annually. So it is made for this, that if it doesn't bite, its teeth won't wear down and those teeth will grow inwards. So it doesn't eat just to fill his stomach. So many options come in the market. People install rat meshes. So meshes also work, but the point is where there are tires, so we can't close it there, so they can enter from there, and that's not 100% either. Some people have invented something new, a rat mat. They spread this mat under the car. It has electricity running through it, so as soon as a rat comes near it, it gets shocked and runs away. But this is only feasible if you have a private parking. If you go out somewhere, you can't do this. You can't spread it out. People will steal it. Alright, if you have your own personal private parking, then you can do this. Some people install fencing for their cars. They have a private parking. So there are many things like this available, okay? So we'll see that rats, if you live in a slum area, they become more aggressive. They won't listen to you much. Whereas if you go to a decent area, even if you have done something, they understand. They'll behave a little more peacefully. So rats are also like that, depending on which area they belong to. How they are, their method of attacking is based on that. And rats are like small, big, very big. They come in all sizes. Some big rats, what they do is, they come into your car and just sit. They won't do anything. They won't bite, nothing. Maybe they'll nibble a wire here and there. So for such rats, we can do one thing. Take a 6 mm plywood piece. There's a spot, a cavity in your car where they find a place to sit, or they come and sit on the top of the battery. Okay, because due to the old age, their senses, just like our elderly people, their ability to think, understand and hear weakens a bit. So they can't be easily, controlled. They don't do anything. Just lie in one place. So when such rats come into the car, many people have reviewed this. People also tell me on calls that such big rats come what should be done? If it's sitting, then understand in the area where it sits. Take any wooden piece that fits that area. Take a 6 mm plywood piece. The nails we get are pointed on one side. So if you hammer it from one side, it will come out from the other side. Place it there upside down. So what will happen is that it won't sit there. When it goes to sit on that surface, it will have a difficulty. Okay, so it can't sit in that spot. This video has many funny things, but it's also have facts, and we have practically experienced this. It works. Look, the other thing about these big rats is that these rats are either one or two. Okay, they are not more. They are not in large numbers, and because they are big, smaller rats don't come into their territory. So only they cause problems in such cars. So what we do is we advise the customers. We have also received a comment that the seller said such and such. But yes, this is a fact. This has worked for many people. And if this thing has worked for you too, if you have ever heard it from us, then please mention it in the comments that it has worked for you. So what happens is that if we trap those rats in a rat cage, rat cages are also available. If we trap them in a rat cage, and leave them 10 to 12 kilometers away, then they are unable to travel that far, and other rats don't enter their territory. And even if small rats do come, because of the solution we have applied in the car, they get irritated and run away. There are ultrasonic devices, CarCat is installed, so they run away from there. Okay, so you have to catch such rats and leave them at a place. And keep in mind that you don't leave them nearby, because they are so intelligent, they won't get trapped in that cage again. Okay, then you won't be able to catch them. So once you catch them, leave them far away. This was about the bigger rats. Now we have seen all these combinations. Now with CarCat, what happens is that sometimes a single device works in many places. You got CarCat installed. Now there have been many customers. So if you have any friend or neighbors, if they have installed it, then only CarCat works for them. But in many places, it's like if a rat is going to one particular spot, it will only go there. It won't go anywhere else. So if your car is parked there, how we clean the car, change the parking spot so that it doesn't come there. But the route it takes to come, we can't watch that route, right? So they have marked that area. It doesn't remember names or numbers. It directly comes to the car, right? So in such cases, what to do if CarCat is installed? What CarCat will do is when they enter the car, it will disturb them, irritate them, and they will run away. We give an example for this. I have given it in a video that if there is a small room, a cabin, and if you put a 1000-watt speaker in that cabin, then that speaker won't let you sit there. Your head will start bursting in a short time. After 5-10 minutes, you can't stay there any longer. This is a fact. You can pass through there in 5-10 minutes, pass on, do some work, go inside and get something right. So you will come out of there. The same happens with rats. If this device is installed, then after a short time, they get irritated and leave. Okay, so what happens is that people say rats comes even after applying the repellent. They still used to come. But if they haven't bitten anything, then understand that they have left. They left because they were irritated. Okay, so what happens at this time is that after coming there, they leave some droppings. Okay, so we have to remove those droppings. We have to show human activity so that they also understand that human activity has taken place there and it's not safe for them. So please keep that in mind, because if you don't do that, then later, no matter what you do, they will get somewhat used to the place. They will try to come. So ultrasound will irritate their brain, just like it happens to you with a speaker. Due to high volume in the room, you can't talk to anyone, can't hear anyone, because the volume is very high there. So the same thing happens to them. They can't signal, nor can they hear anyone's signal. So they get irritated. So ultrasound irritates their brain and ears. LED was introduced by CarCat for the first time. You won't find it in any device before. Earlier, we used to have a white LED. White LED used to come with colors. Now in the 4th generation launched, you will get green and blue LED. Previously, no device had it. But nowadays, while LEDs are being introduced, as I mentioned, we get copied, and they have now incorporated the white LED. The reason behind this is that it scares away deaf rats. They get frightened by the light. They aren't super intelligent enough to understand that the light is just there to scare them. some of them get scared and leave because of it. So in the fourth generation, we realized that rats can only see green and blue colors. So we introduced those colors. Okay, you won't find these colors in any device currently, but they might be introduced in the future. Okay, so this will irritate their eyes. Ultrasound will irritate their brain, sound will irritate their ears, and the LED will irritate their eyes. This is the function of CarCat. Then in some places there are a lot of rats, especially during the rainy season, because the water level rises everywhere. Where will they go? A safe place is right here. Then in winter it gets very cold in some places, and they also feel the cold. So for warmth, after you have driven your car and the engine is still a bit warm, they come in at that time to take shelter in the car. So what should be done for that? Rat repellent sprays are important. What do these sprays do? They cause irritation from the mouth to the respiratory system when rats try to bite. If you have ever used rat spray and accidentally got some in your mouth, your throat will be sore for 2 or 3 days. Why does this happen? Because what irritates us irritates them too. Our DNA is almost a match. That's why our clinical trial medicines are first tested on them. Later, they are tested on humans. So guinea pig trials happen first, rat trials happen first, and this is the reason. So sprays are also important. Where should you spray? The spray should be applied to the CarCat wires, because they are intelligent, they understand things, because this device irritates them. Just like we understand that a speaker irritated us, we turn it off. Similarly, they will attack the CarCat wires. The reason behind this is that they understand what is irritating them. So it means the device is working there. So you have to spray on those wires. After that, you should spray on the wires of important sensors, because they can stay in your car for 2 to 4 5 minutes. In that time, there are chances that they might cut a wire or two. So at that time, you have to look at those wires and spray there. You don't need to spray the entire engine, because if you have AC on, it will bother you for a few days and it will harm you too. And if something is harming them, no matter how safe it is, no matter what it is, it will harm us too. So which spray should you choose? If you have used a product from company X, use a small quantity of it. After it's finished, switch it to a different brand. This is because the chemical composition varies slightly between brands. If you use the same spray from January to March, it won't be as effective by December. You can even test this on yourself. The initial throat irritation or discomfort you experienced won't be as severe each month if you are continuously working with the same spray. This is probably why doctors also change our medications or slightly alter the antibiotics. The reason behind this is the varying chemical composition. So order a small quantity and apply it to the important areas. Spray it wherever you think is necessary. This addresses the issue of oral and minor skin irritation caused by the spray. The third important point is that when rats enter a vehicle, they follow the smell of their urine. They don't remember the name or number of the vehicle. Like, I need to go to this car with this specific number. They simply follow the smell. So at the points where they sniff around, where you suspect rat activity or see their footprints, sprinkle some talcum powder after cleaning the area. Any talcum powder from Pond's to Nicel will do. The small, inexpensive 30-40 rupees container is sufficient. This way, when the rats sniff around, the fine particles will enter their noses and lungs, causing them to choke up, creating some discomfort for them. So with these things, we cover most of their senses. And this powder doesn't harm your engine at all, because we apply it to the face area. And this is the engine. You wash it and it will come off. So you have to pay attention to that frequently. After that, this is the combination. You have to do these 3 things if you have a major rat problem. After that, you can apply peppermint oil. Then you can install mesh, install fuses, put tobacco, or if you want, you can use other remedies that you know, like the pointed thing I mentioned. You can do that too. If there are big rats, you can trap them in a rat cage and release them somewhere. There are only 2 or 3 things you should not do. One is that you should never put poison in the car. The rat poison cakes that are available. What those cakes do is that even if the rat isn't going to come into the car, it will come into the car because of its smell. It's made to attract them, to make them want to eat it. It's like saying, come and eat me. So it will come there because of the smell and will try to eat it. If it eats it and dies in your car, it will cause more problems for the car or for you. You won't know it's dead inside until the smell starts coming. And by then, it's too late.
I've seen it happen once where the rat got infested with maggots.
The maggots attracted flies, and the flies started coming out of the AC vents. I've seen it happen once where the rat got infested with maggots. The maggots attracted flies, and the flies started coming out of the AC vents. So this process takes 2 to 3 months, 3 to 4 months. Okay, so never use rat poison. Okay, so you should never use rat poison. And secondly, naphthalene balls, if you are using naphthalene balls, don't tie them near the engine where it gets hot. Avoid placing them in such areas because it's a flammable material. You never know if it catches fire, something happens, it can cause problems. So avoid doing this as much as possible. Thirdly, there are glue traps. People get so frustrated with rats that they don't think twice and just kill them. The problem with the glue traps is that it's a very painful death for them. Okay, so we'll try to prevent you from reaching that point, and hopefully these other methods will provide some relief. It's important to implement these other measures as well. And if you are facing a rat problem in a particular area, after installing CarCat and trying a couple of combinations of these solutions, try changing your car's parking spot. Even if you wash your car, their usual routine is marked. They follow the same path. If you have noticed, rat often visit frequently, sometimes at the same time and via the same route, right? Okay, I mean, you'll see this everywhere. It won't be like they come from here today and from there tomorrow. Their routes are fixed because they are very cautious animals. They are also afraid, so they mark their territory and move accordingly. So this information might be helpful for you. One thing. And another thing I'll tell you is that there are many options available in the market. Okay, so if you have a rat problem in your car, you should have a covered ultrasonic device. I'm not just saying about CarCat that you should just install CarCat. CarCat is the best. People install others too. Okay, some people get results with those as well. Look, it's speaker. It will irritate. It has an ultrasonic crystal. It will irritate. But look at many products in the market. What is their frequency range? Many come in a variable frequency. They don't go above 1,000 variable frequency. They go from 3,000 to 10,000. The reason for this is that even this is made of a piezoelectric crystal in the market. Others are also made of a piezoelectric crystal. If you search on Amazon, search on Google, you will find piezoelectric crystals from 50 to 150, 200. China, Japan, Korea, take that crystal and make a device. You can find them for 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. We can't call them ultrasonic crystals. I mean, we can't say that confidently because they are a sound emitter. They generate a frequency in that range, and it irritates the rats. CarCat, specifically our crystal, can be called an ultrasonic crystal. It's Indo-German, designed and developed here, manufactured in Germany, and is a quality product. This technology has been used by industry leaders for the past 40 to 45 years in their offices or turnkey projects. We have introduced the same. We have a lot of experience, and as of today, CarCat is the only product that has been in the market for 9 years. You won't find such an old, experienced and informative product in the market. And we have never claimed that our device is 100% effective. We are the first company to openly tell this to customers in our videos. That's why we didn't have so many customers initially. Okay, and now people get very good results. The cost is definitely a bit high, but we have provided the best quality in terms of build quality and what we offer to people. That's why the cost increases a bit. One thing that makes us unique in our crystal, and the crystal is that, let me give you an example. If you take the Gayatri Mantra, I read somewhere that the Gayatri Mantra has vibrations of 1,08,000. Okay, if it's there or not there, you can check it, or let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. It's very difficult to capture those frequencies. If a mantra has so many vibrations, then in 20 to 60 kilohertz, many patterns and frequencies emerge. That's why we have never mentioned anywhere that our variable frequency is this much. It is a multi-frequency pattern banding technology, and recently we have converted it to a zigzag pattern in the 4th generation. This has resulted in approximately 1 million combinations, maybe more, but at least that many. This ensures that the frequency doesn't remain the same. There are very few chances that rats will get used to it. You can try other cheaper ultrasonic devices. They might also be effective for you. But if they aren't, definitely try this one, okay? Because it works where others don't. Just like we choose different sounds, this company's sound also gives us some enjoyment. But if you buy from a premium company like JBL or any good sound company, you get a different experience. The same applies to the crystal that emits the sound. The quality of our crystal is a bit different, so keep that in mind and buy the product. And how is it that the cars that cost 10 to 12 lakhs or more, what happens is that if there's a lot of wiring expense, it becomes very costly. In the smaller cars, it's manageable. You spend 1,000 or 1,200 rupees and the job is done. But if that expense occurs in those expensive cars, it's a lot. So even if rats haven't infested your car yet, like I didn't have a rat problem in my car earlier, I still had the device installed. The device is definitely expensive, but it comes with quality. So if such an expense can arise later, you should definitely get this installed in your car. We advise that if you haven't driven your car for more than 6 to 7 days, then for those 6 to 7 days or even for half an hour, you should drive the car. You don't just have to turn it on and off. Doing so will warm up the engine. The battery won't charge much, but it will charge more when you drive around. So that way there won't be any problem and the device will also remain on. And another thing, there are many functions in the car that consume battery power even when the car is off. So they also require battery power. So please, if you haven't driven your car for 6 to 7 days, start it up. And one more thing I remembered just now, sometimes rats get inside the cabin or they go into the roof, they get inside somewhere. So ultrasound doesn't penetrate hard surfaces and the frequency won't go inside. But if you have mounted it on a hard surface, the rats will feel some vibrations while climbing. So when the rat is going inside, what we have to do is take the car to a mechanic. We have to first see where the rat is getting in from. That's a small space and there will only be one or two of them. So use the silicone gel that's available or the glass adhesive material and have them install a metal mesh or a grill there. YouTuber also made a video on this. Maybe you'll find that too. So have that mesh installed there. So that will block its entry point and it won't be able to get inside. Okay, so do that first and then install CarCat. Otherwise, it's like the example I gave of the room where you install the speaker. If that room has two doors, you can enter from one door and exit from the other. So that's the thing. You have to first check the entry point, whether it's going into the trunk or anywhere else, because you can't do anything inside. You can't spray, use chemicals, poison or anything inside. You can't even install ultrasound because ultrasound doesn't penetrate. So it can easily hide behind the seats or anything else. So it won't work that well inside. And all the soft materials inside will absorb the frequency. So no solution will work inside. There's only one solution. You block its entry point, then only it will work there.